The other issue of trying to conserve, as the messages here today, is going to save us money in the long run, big time.
A Stage 1 drought condition was declared by the Santa Barbara City Council on February 11, 2014. The city is asking residents and businesses to reduce our normal water demand by 20% by conserving water wherever possible.
This is our first of 3 stages that the council could implement. This is a voluntary stage, but we are looking for the community to reduce their water usage by 20% to help extend the city's water supplies that we do have.
Santa Barbara is experiencing its 3rd consecutive dry year. 2013 marked the driest year on record at many locations across the state. On January 17th, Governor Jerry Brown declared a state of drought emergency in California and urged officials to take all necessary actions to prepare for drought conditions.
Part of that emergency put the city's water supplies, which include water outside of the area, state water, in jeopardy at this point, because basically the state is going to be reallocating that water based on need. And so being concerned about whether we would be considered a need or an urgent need, we wanted to make sure that council was aware that those sources of water could be reallocated to others. And so we thought moving forward quickly and starting to reduce our water usage would put us in the best position going forward.
Plans to address drought conditions are based on the city's 2011 water supply plan. The supply plan is based on historical drought periods. However, given the unprecedented record low rainfall across the state, the city is planning for changing conditions. A supply strategy has been developed, assuming continued lack of inflows to Gibraltar and Cachuma, combined with another year of no state water allocations. In this chart, you will notice that the purchase of water and the use of groundwater increases dramatically. Extraordinary water conservation is critical, and restarting the desalination plant is a consideration. Keep in mind these scenarios are projections for planning purposes only. Management decisions will depend on the actual amount of rainfall going forward. The city currently has adequate water supplies to meet demands this year, but due to the lack of rainfall, there's uncertainty about the availability of water in future years.
We receive surface water through Gibraltar and Cachuma. Gibraltar is expected to be empty this year. Cachuma is about 40% full. We also receive surface water through the State Water Project. This year, for the first time in the history of the project, the allocations are set to be 0%. Fortunately, the city has carryover water in San Luis Reservoir that we will be using to meet demands for this year. The city also has groundwater resources, which are very important during critically dry periods. And we also have a desalination facility. It has been in long-term storage mode, but we would bring it back online in an emergency situation. And of course, conservation is very important, and we're asking everyone to practice extraordinary conservation at this time.
Santa Barbara water customers have done a great job at saving water over the last 30 years, and everyone should be applauded for their efforts. Now, we need to reduce our normal water demand by 20% with extraordinary water conservation measures.
City residents and businesses can reduce their water use by 20% or more by taking 2 simple actions. 1, looking for leaks, and 2, checking their landscape water use.
A leaky toilet can waste 200 gallons per day.
What we encourage everyone to do is to check your toilet. Everyone should go home and to your business and take the top off the toilet. You can put a little food coloring in the tank, let it sit for 5 minutes or so. If you see the color of the food coloring come up in the bowl, you have a leak. Also, listen to the toilet. If you hear any kind of hissing or gurgling sound or anything, that's a leak.
Even a slow dripping faucet can waste up to 450 gallons per month.
One of the areas also to check is for drips. Look around your property, check all your faucets, all your hoses, your valves, anything where water could be leaking, and make sure that there's no drips or leaks.
About half of the water used in the city goes to watering landscape, and this area has the biggest potential for water savings. For comparison, an average 5-minute shower uses 10 gallons total, while watering an average lawn for 15 minutes uses 700 gallons.
The most important thing to do is to turn on the sprinklers in the day when you can see them. Make sure that you talk to your gardener if you have one, and better yet, go with them and turn on all the stations so that you can see every area that's being watered and check and make sure that the sprinklers are working properly. You can look for if they're spraying over onto the sidewalk or driveway. Sometimes sprinklers or drip emitters are broken or cracked. You want to just make sure that all of that is working properly. So check it out and then fix it.
The city will help you with a free water checkup for your home or business. To schedule, call 805-564-5460.
We can give you suggestions on indoor and outdoor water conservation actions that you can take. And we have experts that can look at every possible water use that you have, including your landscaping and indoor, and helping you check for leaks. And that way you'll rest assured that you have done everything you can possibly do to help us save that 20% or more of water.
You know, for residents of Santa Barbara, being in drought-like conditions is nothing new. We've been here before. We can't change Mother Nature, but we can do what we can each and every day to try to conserve water wherever possible. And I just really encourage everyone along the South Coast, especially and particularly Santa Barbara residents, to do what you can, even if it's just a small amount of saving water every day, but to do what you can to make it happen.
For more information on the city's water supply and water conservation, visit santabarbaraca.gov/water.